I will say I had fun playing archery tag
Looks like it.
on Friday. I cheated a bit though, because when I got caught a couple times, I did not go out because I wanted
Stay in there.
to.
They probably cleaned it up.
I think I did.
Changed and now I'm free.
Much longer for this room.
She wears her coat though in the office every day. Andrea's hot, she's cold. Like, come on. We're getting, the easiest solution is Brandy's get a small heater.
I got a heater, I got my blanket, and I got my sweatshirt. I'm good to go.
Called over the September 19th, 2022 meeting for the AlWood Board of Education at 7 p.m.
Work, here, Poppy, here, Brown, here, and here, Barton,
Here.
Alta.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we temporarily adjourn for the budget meeting, Larson, Ms. Lewis, thank you very much. It was a great tour. The facilities look fabulous.
Thank you.
Very happy. With that, I'd like a motion to temporarily adjourn the regular session for the budget hearing.
So moved.
So,
Alta?
yes.
Link, yes. Work? Yes. Poppy?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Hand?
Yes.
Barton?
Yes. I call the budget hearing to order at 7:02. And we need a roll call again.
Okay.
You adjourned and you need to reconvene, right?
It doesn't look, same as above, roll call, same as above, we're good.
Okay. I have nothing but good news when it comes to the budget this year. I've been your superintendent for over 20 years, and this is the first time in my 20 years that the school district is going to have a 4 rating, which is the highest rating you can get financially. It's good. We worked for it. You guys have worked hard. We went through some times that where we had to skimp and scrape and everything else. And I'm just happy to say that when your new man takes board, our woman takes board next year, they're not going to have to worry about the budget for a while. So give yourself a pat on the back for keeping things on track there. That's the big news. As you know, 80% or more, 80% of our budget basically is the ed fund. We'll be at a balanced budget this year. Our projected fund balance, 6/30/23, is going to be over $3 million. What helps us out also is the ESSER money that we've gotten. ESSER 3, we still anticipated some expenditures for a new bus. We were looking at a 72-passenger bus. We're amending the ESSER grant. We had a special education bus that goes to the Quad Cities each day. Unfortunately, that engine is no longer any good on it. And it has quite a few miles on it. We were actually able to get a bus purchased from Randy Swanson, which was basically amazing to find a small bus that quick. So we're very happy with that. We'll have about $46,000 in expenditures for Chromebooks. That was also some of the ESSER money that was in the ed fund. We factored in the contract for next year. We factored in our Blue Cross Blue Shield medical insurance. And for some reason, when we took a look at the bills again, premiums actually decreased a little bit more. So with the new teachers coming in, and we'll really go down when I leave next year. So, all those things are real good. And helps us out. At about a 2% increase on our EAV, which is conservative. I think we'll probably do a little bit better than that, hopefully. Some of the other things as you look along, what do I have for some notes? I had the projected fund balance in that transportation fund, even after the expenditures, at about $118,000. Our debt service is basically, county clerk basically has that. That's paying off any bonds that we have. IMRF was obviously set. Life safety fund, we'll have a little bit of wiggle room in there. Projected fund balance, 6/30/23 is $105,000. Our working cash fund, if we don't use anything I didn't project transferring anything. A lot of times we would transfer our working cash fund, that $50,000 into the ed fund to help us make it through. I mean, remember the days when we had to do that?
A lot.
Yeah, every time. So might be able to have a little bit of a cushion there for the rainy day fund. So we'll keep that where it is. I did talk to First Mid-State, which is basically the one that we have worked with in the past. If we issue some bonds, we're going to be at a point where our bonds are going to be paid off in another year. And at the same time, that second year, you're probably going to be looking at a pretty good capital development project within the school district. So that will be you guys and the new superintendent looking at what project may be. For example, plumbing of the entire the high school, the underground piece, boiler kinds of things, your parking lot kinds of things. That way you can maintain that rate, so you can issue those bonds without much, and it wouldn't impact the taxpayers on the current rate we're at. So there's some things down the road that'll be actually fun to sit down and say, hey, here's a project that we really think we want to move forward with. So everything's pretty darn good. You can see at the end of the year, the total revenues and total expenditures and where we're sitting, and especially in that ed fund balance at the end of the year. So all good. And like I said, if we can get that 4.0 rating, like I said, that's the first time. So yeah, very good.
Anyone, any questions? Motion to adjourn the budget?
Second. Dan? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Alpha?
Yes.
Link, yes. Work? Yes. Poppy? Yes. Brown?
Yes.
Reconvened at 7:08. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second. Link, yes. Work? Yes. Poppy? Yes. Brown? Yes. Dan? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Alpha?
Yes.
A big part of that budget hearing I missed. A lot of credit goes out to Hannah and Andrew for getting things together, making that transition, them working together to try to figure things out. It was amazing how they were able to pull things together and work together, and a big learning curve, and a lot of fun days, right, Randy? But it's all good, and they deserve the credit for the budget, and also deserve some credit for that 4.0 also. Sorry, Jim.
Anyone like to speak to us tonight? Mr. Larson?
We've had just a great start to the school year. A lot of things are coming up, a lot of activities coming up. We'll get to that here in a few minutes. One thing, the students, they're working hard on using their ACEs, earning their ACEs tickets. just want to give everyone a reminder of what ACES stands for, which is what they earn their ACES tickets for those stores I showed you. ACES stands for Act Responsibly, Care for Others, Excel in Learning, and Make Safe Choices. So, we good?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Reggie. I messed up again, but we'll go back. I missed the consent agenda and we're gonna do something we've never done before. But finish your report and go
I
back.
can go back.
No, that's all right. You're good. Thanks.
And again, I mentioned at the tour that we're gonna try to raise some money for the PBS stores. We're gonna serve the dinner at the Oxford American Legion on Monday, November 7th, before the Queen of Hearts drawing. Big potato bar. We'll be starting to advertise for that here soon, and hopefully get a big crowd there that'll benefit us as well as the Legion. So looking forward to that. Safety drills. I want to thank Mr. Wayne Morgan. He conducted big bus safety drills for every one of our classes during their PE time. So he went through that his lesson many times that day. And it was one of those hot days on the bus, so he did a wonderful job, so thank you to him. We conducted a fire drill August 31st at the elementary school. We'll have the next one coming up October 13th, and that's going to be part of Fire Prevention Day. So we'll have the Oxford Fire Department on hand for that fire drill, and that'll be our one drill each year we have to do that involves the fire department. So. And then a lot of fun. The menu, I served the menu today for that day. It's going to be an awesome meal. Country fried steak and mashed potato and gravy. And so they usually stay for lunch. They're going to be happy there. Nice menu for that day. And then we will have a lockdown drill in early November. It's not scheduled yet. We need to schedule the law enforcement agents to be on hand that day as well. So with the AlWood police officer not working there anymore, we'll be reaching out to someone else to come in for taking that. So there'll be more information for that here real soon. And then upcoming dates. Today we did send home the progress reports. Looking at the calendar, it was amazing. We were already halfway through the first quarter, so sent those home today. School picture days tomorrow. The next week, homecoming week, we've got some high schoolers coming over on the 29th and helping out with PE all day. And also they're running a shaker contest for the students to participate in. We've got some fun dress up days scheduled for that week. So it'll be a lot of fun for homecoming week. Preschool's having Grandparents' Day next Friday, the 30th. It's two separate ones, one for the morning class, one for the afternoon class. We'll have our Fannie Mae candy starting October 4th. I mentioned this in the tour as well. October 6th, we're going to have our elementary school open house. It'll be the first time in a few years we've been able to do it. So we're looking forward to it and getting people into the school. And then looking at the parent-teacher conferences, October 20th and 21st. So it's all coming up here real soon.
Reggie, how much money did you make last year on your Fannie Mae sales?
It's about $5,000.
And what do you generally target that to be used for?
Well, it's gone towards the playgrounds, gone towards a project that we're wanting to get going on that climbing wall, but we've got some structural issues we need to figure out before we can build that.
For the gym.
Yeah, but this year I told Denise, we can put all this towards the music program, what do you want to do? She had a couple ideas going, but right now she's looking at putting it towards a sound system in the cafeteria for theme night and for whatever else her activities might be going on.
Mr. Fundraiser.
And that's all I got.
Without the police in Alpha, is there any other, is that something that, I don't know that they have a plan for.
We've had Henry County.
It's using county right now.
What?
It's
Yeah,
using Henry
That's,
County.
okay, yeah.
And they've been around a few times since the start of the school year, before the school day, just kind of out there helping out a little bit.
Right.
that's it for right now, though.
Can I go back?
You may
To the
do
consent
anything.
agenda. I,
Within reason.
Never had to do this before, but I did go up and check the mail early enough this morning. And so we have some bills in there, and what I need to do is include those so we're not late on our bill paying. But I need to read them off so they're part of the minutes, and
Yes.
Randy already has them written down there. It's Woodhull Telephone Company, two bills, one for $937.88, one for $185.32. Two bills from School Specialty, which are classroom supplies, dry erase clipboard, dustless assorted pack for the classroom. One is for $64.49, the second one is $243. Another Woodhull telephone bill for $614.94. Blue Cross Blue Shield medical insurance bill for $63,000, $63,886.48. Pro Industrial Institutional, which is Home Depot for cleaning supplies, $129.26. Office Machine Consultants for their 2 months of contract invoice for technology at $550. And then the next one is a subscription for the high school library. It's for $809.18. And I'd like those to be treated as part of your packet for paying bills. If anybody would like to see the actual bill, you're more than welcome to take a look at it. But I didn't want to be delinquent because it'd be over the 30 days. So normally we pick them up in the morning, and I forgot to this morning. So they're the ones that we usually say late bills, you'll have a separate sheet.
Yeah.
That's your late bills. Okay? And I will need an actual motion to approve the late bills, if you would.
So moved.
Sorry. Work. Yes. Poppy. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hand. Yes. Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yep.
Link. Yes.
I'll try not to make any more mistakes. Mrs. Barton?
Mrs. Lewis.
All right, so I have been to my first LTC principals meeting, and while I was there, somebody's like, oh, have you seen this? So that is the s'mores, and I thought it looked better in email, so I sent it to you, but, Friday with the early out, we used that as, our ASVAB testing, but then we also had our students doing their CPR, also looking at goal setting, career direction, those sorts of things for the high school students. And then, of course, we did have archery tag as well. After that, before we started our afternoon PD, we had pizza and tie-dyed our shirts for homecoming. We are working on volunteer hours, and about a week and a half ago, we rolled out to the teachers how we envisioned this to work. And I have put it up on our school website so that parents and students maybe have a more clear example of what that will look like. So according to our handbook, 5 hours of community service will be done freshman, sophomore, junior year, and 10 year senior year. You cannot do all 25 in 1 year because, as you guys know, going above and beyond and doing something extra, it takes its time. But we decided that doing it with classes, Mrs. Curry teaches all of the freshmen, Mrs. Steiner, I believe, teaches all of the juniors, Miss Garrett teaches all of the sophomores, and Mrs. Mullick teaches civics to all of the seniors. So we have asked those teachers to, keep a binder or help, the students to keep track of their hours. And I think once the kids realize what can be entailed in that they're going to really enjoy it. If your child is involved in an extracurricular, activity as far as, our FFA or Gray Matters or Fellowship of Christian Athletes, they're going to probably get those hours just super easy. Draven Smith today and his dad, cleaned out a lot of that baseball stuff. He was here for at least 2 hours. The other night, they helped us unload wood for the bonfire. Just those little things of being, able and ready to help out, can go towards those things. Mr. Sipkin, Mr. Morgan did take, each took a class to the air show. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm starting evaluations tomorrow, so wish me luck and wish the teachers luck. DC, I have also posted on our website, later this week, there is going to be a virtual Washington DC meeting for our eighth grade middle school students. I don't have a chaperone, but in talking with Mr. Norway today, we don't necessarily have to have someone from AlWood, but they do have a ratio of 1 to 10. So 1 chaperone per 10 students. I was trying to get Mr. Brown to do it, but he's like, I don't know, I'm not sure about this year, but, and I've done the trip before. I've done it a little bit differently, but I already have my summer family vacation plans at that time, so. Homecoming, Mrs. Hars stepped up last year when Mrs. Jones took a new job, and so we are working through homecoming together. So without having a lot of guidance, things might be different, and it's not intentional to change anything that's been done in the past, but we're just trying to work together and figure out what we think will work best for us now. And we are going to do decorating the lobbies, dress up days. We're going to decorate sidewalks in front of the building and uptown. We're gonna have a fun pep assembly of games. We do have the bonfire here this year, as well as the AlWood parade. We're still looking for entries into the AlWood parade, but I think we're getting, they're coming in. So we're hoping that, that will be very successful. And we have a couple people volunteering to help us line that up. The cheerleaders are going to do a dinner in between the parade and the bonfire. Mr. Buman has said he will camp out until the bonfire burns out.
Well, the camera's out, otherwise I'd give you my answer.
And then we will, do games. We've got Mr. Brown who's going to MC for us that evening. We are moving forward with our community partnership grant, and Mr. Larson and I today got a referral form so that we kind of know, we have something set in place. So if we do need to refer a student for some services, we are prepared for that. And we are moving ahead, even though they haven't found their behavioral specialist yet, we're moving ahead with a first aid health, or a mental health first aid training for our staff on October 7th. So that once we are able, we can, just keep rolling forward, because that is some training that we will have to have anyhow. And I have sent out a Google form to students to just say who in the building do they feel comfortable going to if they have a concern or an issue. And my thought process behind that is so that teachers, kind of know, like, oh, I didn't realize that kid, felt that way about me. And it, in part makes the teachers feel good that, oh, I didn't realize that that kid, really trusts me and puts, stake into how I can help them. But the secondary part of that is if I have a kid who's really not happy about something or stressed about something and I or Mrs. Staker cannot, calm them down, we can turn to maybe that teacher that they trust to help out in that situation. Thursday night, we are having a co-op council meeting. I'm not sure where that will lead us, but if nothing else, it will maybe bring Keegan and I up to speed with how our co-op is going along. I do believe, we are gonna bring up on our side of middle school, junior high sports. They're gonna play together eventually anyhow. It's hard finding coaches, numbers are down, so, I'm open to hearing how you guys feel about that, but I think it's a discussion that, at least can be had. And I have listed some other dates there, for testing. Our bus safety drills will be on the 18th. Again, parent teacher conferences are listed there. And then our 7th and 8th grade will participate in the Junior Achievement Finance, it's called Finance Park, but it's a program that takes it a step further than the 5th and 6th grade Junior Achievement Program that BizTown, I guess is the name of that one. So, anyway, so, like it.
Thank you very much. Yes, very nice. I will say, being in the building, and I haven't been in the elementary as much, but I think it's much the same, starting with the breakfast the day before school started. I think our campus, our schools have a better feel this year. And I think we're past whatever that word was that we hate. It just feels good. Kids are smiling, kids are saying hello. It's really great, and I appreciate everything that you've been doing, Don.
Thank
you. Mr. Buman?
Did we approve the signers?
No.
Can we do that, please?
I have a motion to approve Don Lewis and Stacy Wilson, authorizing signers for the AlWood Middle High Activity Account, and remove Andrea Boldock and Ben Reese.
So moved.
Second.
Ward.
Yes.
Poppy.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Hand.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yes.
Link, yes.
Motion approved. Could I have a motion to approve the middle high school activity account, class of 2028, 7th grade? This is just to approve the accounts. And I guess
Can you do it
we'll
in
do
one
it one by
motion?
one, yeah.
Oh, we can't do it
Do
in
it.
one?
Can we do it in one?
Yeah, class of 28, 7th grade, and class of 29, 6th.
6th grade,
Yep.
okay.
So moved. Who did that? Poppy, I heard you.
Okay, second. We really want to get moving.
Yeah.
I said 7:30, I never heard much.
Sorry.
Hand.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yes.
Link, yes. Word.
Yes.
Poppy.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
I already mentioned the budget, the mini split and the lounge. I would ask for approval to sell a surplus item. That's a 2009 Chevy 3500 Express. That's our old special ed bus. It's probably gonna be more than likely not be sold and have take it for scrap. So.
You don't think we can sell it at the Fall Thunder?
Get a Laurel, but I just need a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to make this one, so. It's no one. Okay, Work. Yes. Poppy. Yes. Brown. Yes. And yes. Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yep.
Link, yes.
Brandy's been working diligently on the AlWood Academic Foundation wall of donations. She's still waiting for prices to get back.
I got a price.
Back for that. It looks like we'll move forward. It's about $2,200 for the plaques, and that's good to go. So that's new. And we were given some money to do some of that through the Academic Foundation. So
Awesome.
very good. Thank you for your work on that, Brandy. I appreciate that. She's hanging right in there. She really didn't know what it'd be like to be my secretary. I can't believe she's still here, but she's doing an awesome job. Everybody, I mean, we have so many new positions, and I mentioned this last month, but everybody's working together. There's no big hiccups, there's no big glitches. Everything we've worked together and been able to get them figured out so far. So thanks for all the new people and the people that had to move and change. It's been a great start. Student enrollment, the 6-day attendance that you have maybe with you is 332. That doesn't account for what we've had enroll since then, and also our ECE numbers are pre-K would be at 33. So that actually takes our total enrollment up to 365 for the district. So it hasn't went down. We're holding our own there. So that's good. I think that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyhow, I have a motion to adopt the 2022-2023 budget as presented.
So moved.
Second. Link, yes. Poppy. Yes. Work. Yes. Brown. Yes. And yes. Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yes.
Keep you on your toes.
We have a few positions to hire. I don't think we need to go into executive session for. Does anyone have any? Nope. Okay, let's move on.
Perfect.
I need a motion to approve the past executive session minutes.
So moved. Second. Poppy. Yes. Brown. Yep. Hand. Yes. Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yes.
Link, yes. Work. Yes.
Unfortunately, we have the resignation of our elementary school part-time cook. I'd like a motion to accept the resignation of Don Newton effective immediately.
So moved. Second. Hand. Yes. Barton.
Yes.
Altough.
Yes.
Link, yes. Work. Yes. Poppy. Yes. Brown. Yes.
Because Keegan didn't have anything else to do, he's volunteered to be our assistant boys basketball coach. May I have a motion to approve the high school boys basketball volunteer assistants, Keegan Brown?
So moved. Second. Poppy? Yes. Brown? Yes. Hand? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Altough?
Yep.
Link? Yes. Work? Yes. Waiting for myself to say yes.
Could I have a motion to approve the middle high school school aide Tanya Williams salary as per the 2022-2023 salary schedule? 13 hours, 5 hours a day, 5 days a week.
So moved.
Second.
Barton?
Yes.
Altough?
Yes.
Link? Yes. Work? Yes. Poppy? Yes. Brown? Yes. Hand? Yes.
May I have a motion to approve the elementary school part-time cook Kaylee Gishane salary as per the 2022-23 salary schedule of 13 hours, 5 hours a day, 5 days a week.
So moved. Second. Poppy? Yes. Brown? Yes. Hand? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Altough?
Yep.
Link? Yes. Work? Yes.
May I have a motion to approve high school baseball coach Dawson Anderson, salary as per the Cambridge extra duty 2022-23 salary schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Altough?
Yes.
Link? Yes. Work?
Yes.
Poppy?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
And? Yes. Barton?
Yes. May I have a motion to approve Maggie Maylock maternity leave beginning around due date of October 6th and ending 6 to 8 weeks after, depending on the advice of her doctor.
So moved. Second. And? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Altough?
Yep.
Link? Yes. Work?
Yes.
Poppy?
Yes.
Brown?
Yep.
Anyone have anything else? May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
7:34.
Sorry, we were taking notes. Who did that? So moved. Me. Second. And? Yes. Barton?
Yes.
Altough?
Yep.
Link? Yes. Work?
Yes.
Poppy? Yes. Brown? Yes. You got that one?
Thank you, everyone.